Welcome back, folks, to Age of Lemuria. This is episode 8? I am Lord Lucan, Master of Ceremony, and DM for this game session. Check me out at Dragon Prophecy Studios. Also, check out my books, works, etc., etc. Just look up Dragon Prophecies. With an S. I-E-S. Dragon Prophecies. Hunk Papa, who are you? And who are you playing today?
Hello, I am Hunk Papa, also known as Jesse Zeliff. I'm a professional dungeon master and author. Once again, you can find my works coming out soon on the DM's Guild. It is going to be the Thar Trilogy. It's a series of adventures designed for organized play that follows a hidden dwarven stronghold and what happens to it. You can also find some of my works on Drive-Thru RPG pretty soon. I am going to be playing Ulfgar Ashcloak.
A filthy, filthy dwarf. Leonardo, what's up? What are you doing? What are you playing?
Hey guys, I'm Leo. I'm gonna be playing Kortik, the Storm Hunter. A typical man of the wild, a Norseman. So really glad to be here.
A wild man of the north. You got any plugs you gotta put in?
I mean, well, Kortik is actually traveling the world to.
No, I mean
make
plugs for you, like what you doing in real life.
me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, really? Well,
you the person. Yeah, I want to know about you, the person.
Okay. Well, so far, I've been studying politics in the Netherlands, but I'm actually from Brazil. In my last year, starting in July, so thank God for that. And well, other than that, I'm just really interested in D&D. Have been playing it for 14 years now. So, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, excellent. So, what happened last time, guys? Tell me what's been going on previously. What's been going on?
Well, mainly, we actually crossed each other paths throughout the desert, and we were caught in a sandstorm, attacked by a scorpion made out of stone, and found a dungeon to actually rest inside and take shelter. Kortik was robbed by a rogue
Filthy player.
who actually, well, got a well-deserving axe in the back, but was able to actually run away with our stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Cortex is now dealing with Ulfgar's wrath over desecrating tombs.
Anything else to add, Hunk Papa?
We also know we're not alone. We have stolen some scrolls from some sort of creature. We are still trying to. We still have yet to figure out what the scrolls are, but hopefully we'll be doing so shortly.
Excellent. So the scene opens up, right? We get an outside shot of the tomb, right? And the sand's blowing and swirling around. We slowly descend into the depths of this stone structure, the stone pillars that surround the entrance, and you can hear the gruntle voices of orcs, and we go through the scene of these orcs who currently have crossbows. They're also carrying axes and stuff. We go down and we see this horse and this giant large orc who's petting it and taking care of it. We scroll over and we see these tombs that are currently open. And from the side, we turn and see two characters. Who do we see? And please describe them.
Okay. In one side, you see Kortik looking at Ulfgar while Ulfgar was praying to the ancestors after Kortik put some earrings back in the tomb and said he was sorry for desecrating it, since according to him, in his culture, it wasn't considered something bad because dead people don't need their stuff.
Such buzzkill.
And next to him, you see an elderly figure, about half the size of Cortec, with a carefully braided and groomed long white beard, gray skin, wearing black polished armor. He's currently holding up a some sort of stone-looking hook in front of him as he is speaking in a foreign language, asking for forgiveness from the ancestors for disturbing their peace.
Your words fall upon deaf ears. The tomb resonates with the sound of rolling stone doors deep within the dungeon. What do you do?
As soon as Ulfgar hears this, he will stop and he will ready his warhammer.
Yeah. You hear this chattering of orcs, right? Sadly, none of you understand them. But they seem to be, like, kind of concerned. They're, like, looking around, trying to figure out who's been opening doors. Yeah, they're kind of like just this eerie silence as you hear, like, their breath, right? As they're just listening. You realize, like, the temperature begins to drop drastically.
Cortec takes his battle axe in its hand, follows Ulfgar, and as soon as it starts to get cold, he looks at Ulfgar and says, "Well, feels like home."
Cortec, Ulfgar, both roll me perception as something begins to happen inside this room right here. Yes. Cortec, you hear the distinct sliding of stone against stone.
From the room with the tombs, right?
From the room you just left.
Ulfgar, do you hear this noise?
Almach, I suggest you form ranks. We're about to have company. Tell me, Cortec, did any of those bodies have a green substance on them?
Not that I noticed. Why? What green substance you're talking about?
I think you'll find out soon. You've just disturbed the dead.
Well, do you want to check the room?
Ulfgar is going to try to organize the orcs into a firing line. He's going to suggest that Cortec stay next to him for now.
Just to be clear, right? Just to be clear, you guys have one round. What are you doing? Before stuff happens.
Okay, so Cortec is gonna move towards here.
Excellent.
Look at the door. And
The cold
prepare
seems to be
himself.
emanating deep within the tomb.
Well, but the noise was coming from the tomb room, right?
Oh yes, very much so.
Yeah, so that's what Cortec does. He's gonna just.
Are you going to open the door?
No, not for now. He's just gonna look at the door and be ready if in case anything comes through it.
Excellent.
Adric,
What
or
is Ulfgar doing?
Ulfgar is going to hold up his holy symbol, and it's going to course with energy as it surrounds him. He is going to cast false life upon himself.
Excellent. That was everyone's action. Deep within the tomb, a figure appears. Yeah. With your superior night vision, you, Ulfgar, can easily see this creature. It is massive, approximately, 10 foot tall. It is currently wielding a giant... Let me see what type of weapon this is. A giant hook-like halberd. It's massive. It's huge. It seems to be like just walking up the stairs. And I believe it's time to roll that sweet, sweet initiative. Awesome. Oh, so it begins. So it begins.
Right.
Oh, give me that tasty, yummy. Excellent. So it begins. So it begins. Absolutely delicious. Yeah. Oh. Then I need to roll another one. There we go. Okay, that's fine. I'll just need to keep that in mind. Okay. Top of the round. Descending. Cortec. From the depths of the tomb, this cold, emanating aura begins to emanate. You still hear the shuffling inside this room. But currently you hear like this, like everybody's just like the fog in your breath begins to like emanate, right? Despite the like temperatures outside in this desert, which is normally extremely warm this time of year, it's starting to get really, really cold. What do you do, Cortec?
Cortec looks around. Is he able to? I don't think he's able to see this creature, right?
No. It is currently dark.
Okay.
Only one person currently sees it.
All right. So Cortec just calls to the ore troops, to the mercenary troops, and it says, "Get on your places. Something might be coming."
Okay, roll me. Are you trying to persuade them or intimidate them as you're trying to like get them barking orders at them?
I'm gonna try to intimidate them.
Excellent. What could go wrong here? Excellent. Who are you intimidating?
It's
the nearest
it's not
orc?
like it's not. Yeah, it's just not like. I don't want to make them fear me. Just fear the whole situation and get ready for it.
Oh, they're already scared. They're already nervous. Their crossbows are currently out.
Okay, so just get ready for this. Something is coming.
The orcs jump on the board. Okay. Excellent.
And he keeps staring at the door from the tomb room.
Yes. You currently still hear the sliding. Something happens down below. You hear this like hoof, like footstep. Doom, doom, doom. Ulfgar, you need to roll me a knowledge religion as this creature begins coming up and over the stairs, right? It's massive, right? It's got this hook-like bill. And as it's marching towards you, I will need you to roll me a knowledge religion. You're not quite sure what this thing is. It has a bull-like face, horns. It's bipedal. It's currently carrying this wicked-looking hook-like scythe/halberd. This thing looks incredibly intimidating as this massive being just simply walks through the 10 by 10 hallway. This thing seems to be kind of scary. Not only that, but you see another one appear.
What the hell is that?
Ophgar, yes. Cortec, you can hear the hoof, right? The hoof of the thing, as it's like clop, 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 as it's walking down. It sounds very mechanical, but very much unnatural. Ulfgar, it's your turn. What are you doing as you hear, well, you actually see both of them.
Amok, I suggest we form ranks. We've got two large bull creatures walking towards us, and there's more coming. We need to form up.
Persuasion or intimidation as you talk to Amok. Interesting. So, Amok's inside this room, right? Currently talking to the other orcs. And he's like, I'll be with you shortly. Do you do anything else? He is currently unaware of it, right? He's currently unaware of the dire plight that you guys are currently in. It's the orc's turn. You hear this orc. He's like, boss, boss, you need to get out here. Uh-oh.
I'm going to cause the rumble of thunder to echo from us, and any doors that I can will be flown open, trying to make a scene to show we are in danger.
Interesting.
Yep.
So
I'm going to call them all to us.
You fling open all the doors. Interesting. Okay.
Well, if it's unlocked, it can fly open or shut. I'm going to fling open the one by him.
Are you opening all the doors?
No, just the one by him. And then trying to get his attention that clearly this is not something that he should just ignore.
Excellent. Amok jumps into the battle as well. As the door suddenly flings open, he takes out his greatsword, right? And he enters into the fray. That's a +2. Interesting. This door slides open, and two figures step out. Actually, 3 figures. My bad. There we go. 2, 3. Yes. And they have... Okay, interesting. And it is the end of the round. Go back to descending order as this... Things become quite interesting as the doors begin to open up. Cortec, you... the door opens suddenly. There are 3 servant-like undead creatures coming out of their tombs, and they will be upon you soon. What do you do?
Well, seeing the 3 creatures, Cortec calls for this orc to hold the door with him, and then he moves towards the other side.
Excellent.
And prepares an action to attack any of the creatures that come out.
Excellent. It is now the orc's turn. The orc, following your scary, scary command, takes out his... Let's see what he does. Takes out his scimitar. He has his scimitar. He takes it out. And he readies an action. These creatures down here continue marching. Oop. 3, 4, 5, 6. This one follows right after it. It seems to have a straight line. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. You, Ulfgar, are still the only one that can see. Cortec! Guess what happens?
You get your attack of opportunity off.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Interesting. The orc with his scimitar misses.
Okay, so Cortex swings his battle axe on the creature.
It's unnatural resistance. You slam your axe against it, yet it just simply walks through, right? It has a lovely selection before it. Highs, it's Cortec. Lows, it's the orc. It swings upon the orc with this claw-like hand. And that's going to be close. And hits. This orc screams out in pain as this cruel claw, he stabs it, right? It goes right through him. And he screams in pain as he takes damage. Unfortunately, the other creatures begin pouring out. They're upon you. Amok steps out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turns and looks at you, Ulfgar, and he's like, "What is it? What's going on?" Unaware of the creature that's currently lowering its head to charge. Ulfgar, it is your turn. As Amok turns to look at you, he's like, "What is it?"
Ulfgar is going to point down the corridor. Let me see. I think I have range on this. Let me double check my range. Nope, only 60 feet. Definitely more than 60 feet away.
Yep. Oh, yes.
Let's see, what else can he do?
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That stuff's going to happen soon.
He is going to say that the bull creatures are looking like they're about to charge down the corridor. He is going to turn to this creature right here.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to cast Sacred Flame upon it.
Excellent. The flames wash over this creature, and it simply just... Oh, wait, it has to make a save.
Yep.
Oh, it eats it, yes. It takes damage. Tell me how this creature dies.
As the flames
Again.
erupt from around it, whatever is continuing to animate it, the magic dies off as the body returns to a pile on the floor.
As it
And
crumbles, right? It crumbles. It turns into sand and begins swirling around the area.
Ulfgar steps back into the corridor for now.
Excellent. Cortec, these undead creatures are upon you. What do you do?
Really? All of this because of an earring? Are you serious?
Ulfgar tried to warn you. He called it.
I should have listened to the old guy. Okay, Cortec moves through here and uses a disengage action to move down.
Excellent. You provoke no attacks of opportunity.
And he moves towards Ulfgar and says, "My axe just went through those things."
To be clear, your axe hit it, right? It didn't go through it. It just did no damage.
Oh, okay. I thought you went through it.
So you struck it, right? You struck it.
Mm-hmm.
However, it did no damage to it. Its unnatural resilience or its armor protected it, right?
All right. So, what should we do, Ulfgar?
You'll find out on his next turn.
The orc, still following instructions from his companion, attacks and hits. Does 1d8 and destroys this creature. Let's see here. Let's see, anybody else see? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, he don't see shit. Yeah. It is somebody's turn now. Fascinating. You hear this thunderous running down the hall. And okay, cool. You hear it like it suddenly gets stopped, like, and you hear this ping. Yeah. Outside, you hear this chanting, and then yeah, go ahead and roll me knowledge arcana. Yeah, you don't know what's going on. Something happens. Ulfgar, it is your turn.
We need to form up and hold this position. These creatures seem to be too big to reach into these rooms. We need to use that to our advantage. I think Amak will need our help, though.
So he's going to step out. What does he see when he steps out?
You see like this massive, what appears to be a minotaur, having like come down and use this great halberd, come crashing down on the Gith, who currently has his great sword out, and he's just like kneeling before this giant weapon. It's currently like attempting to hew him in half. Luckily, he was fast enough to draw his great sword and bring it up just in time to protect it. It is still your turn as you're seeing this holy shit moment.
Ulfgar is going to once again try to cast Sacred Flame, but he's going to do so on the Minotaur. Now that it is within range.
It is a dex save, correct? Yep. It's at
Yes.
-2. It eats it. Takes 10. -10.
Then Ulfgar is going to step back inside.
Run away!
Lad,
Run away!
take care of the bodies. And watch out for these bull creatures.
He's saying take care of the undead that are coming through for now. And that's it.
Cortec, you are up. He's like, man, there's undead out there.
Cortec is kind of surprised. What creatures? And he walks out, looks at the minotaur.
You
He's
can
like,
now see this massive 10-foot creature
"Oh, crap."
currently having this massive halberd / hook come down up on the poor Gith.
Well,
It
then he
didn't
looks
hit.
Well, he nods at Ulfgar and moves up to the creature on top and attacks it.
Excellent. That hits. Roll that sweet. Oh, tell me how you destroy this creature.
Okay, so Ulfgar, not gonna lie, he got a little bit scared by seeing the minotaurs. He had no clue they were there.
Yeah.
But in a moment, in a glimpse of reality, he just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck this. And then he just hits the undead with his axe and just like, yeah, the only god is Talos. I don't care about this undead.
Nice. Nice. Yes. Now currently in view of this creature, they begin shooting at it, right? So they sheath their things and then they take out their crossbows and they start pew-pewing at it. Oh, no. Interesting. That's a lovely selection as a target of 1d3. Interesting. Oh, he hits the Minotaur. However, it probably doesn't hit. So, yeah, doesn't hit. So this bolt goes like ricocheting down the hallway. It had a lovely selection of hitting this orc or hitting Amok. But the Minotaur is like massive, right? And just by sheer dumb luck, the bolt sticks into it, but it unfortunately doesn't penetrate its thick hide. The creature once again raises its massive halberd / hook and comes bringing down upon the Gith. The Gith sidesteps easily. Amok's turn. He returns the flavor, and he swings with his... Yep, and strikes true with his great sword. Doing okay damage. There seems to be some sort of resilience that this creature has to this cutting, biting blade. It does not penetrate as much as you think it would. Ulfgar, it is your turn. You're currently hiding in the thing. You didn't see what just happened, but okay.
He's going to step back out. He's going to motion for the other orcs to get out here and fire their crossbows. Since we have a pretty big firing line here.
Yes. You think that one front could like kneel and the other side could. So at one time you could probably get 4 orcs to fire, but it would require some management on your side in order to get them to do this.
He's wondering what's this guy doing? Is he doing anything? He's Amok's second in command, right?
Yes,
so is he
that is
just oblivious and petting the horse?
Yeah, kind of. Like his job is currently to protect the horse, right? His last task, like he has his great axe out, right? But he's currently not engaging. He seems to be protecting the horse currently.
Ulfgar is going to continue to provide support for Amok.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to, rather than engage like he normally does, he's going to try a different tactic. And he's going to keep trying to Sacred Flame this since that worked before. And seem to do more damage be more damaging than Amok's sword.
That's very true. Yeah. So like the flame like scalded it previously, right? So it's got this like thick hide, and the flames just wash over it, and it appears that your attempt did nothing. Anything else?
He's going to... Nope, he's going to stay right where he is.
Excellent.
This time.
Kortek, you see this massive creature attempting to crush this Gith. His blade bit true, however, it doesn't seem to penetrate its thick, unnatural existence.
All right, so at this site, Cortex start running down towards the creature in Amok.
Mm-hmm.
As he walks through this door, he screams, "Make yourself useful. Your leader needs help."
Okay.
And,
you're trying to intimidate them.
Yes.
Excellent. Roll it.
And there we go.
Interesting. So, like, one of the orcs, like, starts moving, right? And seems to be following your instructions, while the other ones are, like, looking to this bigger, larger orc. One seems to actually be active and moving. It is currently the orc's turn, and the orc, the one that you persuaded, like comes out, right? And he starts like setting up a line. This one sets up a line too. They seem to be like disorganized as they're like switching out weapons and like trying to get. Two of them can fire at this moment, and they miss. Yeah, they miss. These bolts come squeezing down the passageway. It is now the creature's turn as it once again raises this massive hook and brings it down on Amok. And misses. Amok returns the flavor. And hits. Once again, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just not a lot of damage. Ulfgar, it is your turn. What do you do?
Ulfgar is going to call out that there is another creature further down, but he is going to rinse and repeat with the Sacred Flame.
Excellent. It eats it. It takes the full damage. Oh, that's some solid damage right there. Yeah, solid damage. Yes. It howls in rage. Kotek, it is your turn.
All right, so Kortek pauses a bit, looks down, says, "Please, Talos, give me strength," and then just runs up to the monitor.
Excellent.
And swings at it.
That unfortunately misses. It's thick hide. You now realize, like, oh my god, this thing is... oh my gosh, this thing's tough. It's hardy. The orcs begin shooting at it. They've got three shots. One of them hits. And it's a die 8. for very little damage. You see it like stick into it, right? Like this, it sticks in its eye socket, but with no eye or brain, it has absolutely very little effect. Yeah. The creature. I need you both to give me a strength check as it attempts to just bull right past you.
Ulfgar too?
No, not
or
Ulfgar.
Just okay.
Kortek and the GIF.
You have inspiration, but I don't know if that's going to help with the double 8.
Okay. So it takes this like action, right? Unfortunately, it easily overpowers the GIF. He gets shoved back, right? He gets actually pushed. However, you are like on his horns, right? And you literally travel with him all the way down to this position. Yes. And the other one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, begins moving down. You take no damage. However, you're kind of right where it wants you to be. Amok, he kind of steps back around and comes back. And he tries to swing with his greatsword, trying to cleave its leg off, using his flanking advantage. Oh, he has advantage. That hits. There we go. There's some decent damage. It's not amazing, but it's decent. Ulfgar, you are up.
He's going to rinse and repeat. Right now, he doesn't feel like he needs the ancestors' aid, and he's not. He feels like he's doing good. So another sacred flame. Again, he tries to warn everyone that there's another one coming.
Well, they can't see it. They literally cannot see it. It is currently 61 to yeah. Yeah.
And then he's
Cortex.
going to
Oh,
step
you're going to
back
jump
inside.
Okay. Well, Cortex will attempt to hit it again.
Excellent.
And-
That unfortunately misses. The orcs. The frontliner drops his crossbow and takes out his scimitar and swings upon the creature and misses horribly. The other two are still in the firing line and they attempt to fire as well. And that misses as well. This creature has a lovely selection. It can hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So this orc who had been injured prior to when the skeleton had grabbed him, this minotaur just has this halberd, right? So it has reach, and it just literally reaches over everybody and misses. Holy crap! This minotaur. Amok, you're having a bad day today. Exceptionally bad. Bad stuff happens here. Yeah. Bad stuff happens here. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then okay, yeah. So Amok, right? He's like attacking this one, and this minotaur, this last one, comes running up and gores him from behind. He screams out in pain and agony as this horn literally rips through his armor and gores him. He takes a lot of damage.
Is he still standing?
Oh, yes, he's still standing. He's the leader. It still hurts, though. Yeah, he does scream out in pain. He's still trying to focus down this one. No, wait. He can do something else. Is he going to do it, though? No, he's going to tank for a little bit. He is going to, once again, swing on this injured one. Yep, and he hits. It's just... it bites, right? It's armor. It's thick, unnatural flesh. Just keeps resisting any and all damage that it does. Ulfgar, it is your turn. As you see, bad stuff happening. Lots of bad stuff.
Rinse and repeat. Try to focus this one down. He agrees with Amok's evaluation. And nothing happens. Oh, it does eat it?
He does eat it. He has a penalty. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's decent damage. You did as much as Amok did in the last turn. But it goes through, right? Cortec, it is your turn. This creature is upon you. This thing, if it hits, it's going to hurt. You saw that with Amok. It has to connect, right? It has to connect. But once it does, ouch.
Well, what Korchak does is he sees the importance of taking down the first Minotaur because of Amok.
Mm-hmm. He's
So
currently
he pushes. So he pushes through it and attacks him twice.
Awesome. That hits. Not the first one, but the second one hits. Would you like to use your inspiration?
Doesn't it have advantage for?
Oh, yes, you do. You do have
Yeah.
advantage, yes. You currently are flanking with it, yes. They both hit.
All right.
Solid,
Yeah.
solid. So, like, its hide is incredibly thick. And you realize, like, your axe bites into it, right? But once again, it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would like.
Well,
Its armor begins to crack open as like you just continue just like whacking on it. The orcs, he takes a stab at it. and misses. And the other 2 orcs behind it try to shoot it and miss. This creature has a lovely selection. You, Kotek, did the most damage to it. However, it has a lovely selection. It might choose you. No. No, it doesn't. It goes for this one. Oh, shit. This orc suddenly becomes a gooey paste of red meat. He is literally squished. Yeah. Amok cries out in anger as one of his soldiers dies to this massive cleave from over you, Kotek. This creature just has with this massive hook, halberd, just literally just slices the guy in half. He attacks from the flank. Oh, he has advantage because of flanking. It's going to be close. What's the bonus? Nope. What's the bonus? That hits. Awesome. Cool. 2d8. Once again, just not a lot. Just not a lot going through. Just not a lot. Ulfgar. Ulfgar, it's your turn.
He is going to try to get more orcs involved, I guess.
It requires a persuasion as you're trying to attempt to get them to rally.
I was doing better with my -1.
Well, I mean, it's dice, right? It's dice. Yeah. Anything else?
If he can go out in Sacred Flame, he will. If not, then that's it. Was that his action, or does he still have an action?
So your persuasion was ineffective towards the orcs, right?
Yeah.
Where are you? You're inside there? No, you don't have enough. Yeah. If you were out here, I would say yes, but since you're in here trying to convince people, and they're just like, no, man, that's crazy. I don't want to go out and fight giant. I don't want to die. Kotek, especially after, like, you see, like, this splatter, right? The splatter across the room. Kotek, it is your turn. I think the other orc's head, like, rolls into the room as you're telling, like, hey, you need to get out there and fight. And they just look at you and like, no, that's not a great idea.
Well, even Cortex is kind of like second guessing at the moment, but he likes to fight, so he just swings again.
That's a hit.
Yeah,
Interesting. This creature almost appears to be defeated. Its armor's cracked. Like half of its body's missing now. It's on its last limbs. If that's even possible. The orc attempts to stab it. The orc attempts to shoot it. Nothing happens. It has a lovely selection today. It has a selection of 4. 1, 2. Okay. It targets this orc, right? Right next to you, Kortek. It raises its giant, and that's going to be close. Oh, yeah. The orc right next to you, Kortek, becomes another pasty pile of stuff. Of mush. This one, having seen an opportunity, attacks Amok from the flank. And misses both times. Amok, having advantage on this attack roll, makes an attack. And hits. Oh my gosh. It is still up. Oh my gosh. It is still up. Ulfgar. Do something, buddy. Do something. It's How many orcs you got? Interesting. Ooh, how much damage?
12.
Tell me how this creature dies.
Just like the undead before, as the black flames consume it, the body starts to turn to dust before the conflagration.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm pretty sure it was an 18, right? I'm pretty sure it was an 18. The monster that had that. So there we go. Orc's turn. There's only one orc in this fight. He's going to once again shoot and hit. Awesome. D8. What with maximum non-damage, but you know it's not a lot's going through, guys. Just not a lot's going through. Yeah. Cortec, it's your turn. I think we passed you up, didn't we?
Yeah, you jumped.
Yeah, we did. Okay. I was trying to figure out where the zombie went. I deleted the one that had the token. Yeah.
Okay, seeing that the first Minotaur died, Cortec lets away his battle axe and grabs the halberd from the Minotaur and attempts to hit this Minotaur from there.
Yes. This thing does 2d6 plus strength damage. It is abnormally large. Ancient weapon.
All right.
It's a hook halberd. 2d6.
All right. And there it goes.
This weapon's unwieldy, right? So they're like, ah! Your attack goes wild. It does not connect. This weapon's unfamiliar. You're just not familiar with it. Amok turns, not having advantage. Oh shit. Okay. Let's see what happens. Awesome. So like his hallways are short, right? So he's been attacking from his right side, right? So when he once again attacks from the right side, he drops his weapon, right? It pings off the side of the wall, and he drops it, and he misses his attack. Ulfgar, you see this like fumble as he just like bloop, drops his weapon. He picks it up again, but he loses his attack opportunity.
Ulfgar is going to continue to provide range support, so another Sacred Flame.
Excellent. Yeah. This creature just, the flame washes over it, and it appears to have no effect on it. Cortec, it is your turn.
Okay, so what Cortec does is he actually touches Amok's shoulder and heals him.
Excellent. Thank you very much. He nods in appreciation for that.
Keep fighting.
He still seems slightly bloodied, but he looks a lot better than what he did. It's the orc's turn. There's only one orc left. The other three are pasty. The other two are our pasty pieces of leftovers, and he misses. He has a lovely selection today. He has highs. It's going to be Cortec. Lows. It's going to be Amok. Amok. He does not like gifts. And he misses. Amok returns the flavor. Oh, and misses. Ulfgar, you are back up. It's just a lot of whipping in this round. I mean, this is like deadly combat, but everybody's like bouncing and dodging out of the way. Nobody seems to be wanting to hit anybody today. See if you can change that.
He's going to continue to burn.
It actually hits. He takes 10 points. It finally like begins to burn. Cortec, you're up.
All right, so Cortec nods to Amak and hits the Minotaur again with the
Excellent.
halberd. And
This large, unwieldy weapon is just not very good in your hands, man. Just not very good. You haven't had a lot of practice with it, right?
ooh.
The orc fires and misses. Oh, no. It has a lovely selection. You see here. Highs, once again, Cortec. Lows, it's Amok. Amok gets punished. Good thing you healed him last turn. He doesn't take as much damage as he did last time, but it's pretty brutal. He cries out in pain as this cruel hook-like halberd slams into him. Yeah. Amok's turn. He attempts to return the flavor and hits. Once again, you don't think he does as much damage as that cruel weapon that the Minotaur wields. Ulfgar, it's your turn.
He's gonna keep trying to burn it.
Burn it
seems
to
work.
death. No, not this time. The Minotaur easily sidesteps you. Cortec, it's your turn.
Okay, so Cortec starts to get really angry at missing every time.
Yeah. This weapon doesn't seem to be very functional in your hands.
But he tries one last time because he really believes in his skills in fight.
That hits.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
You just gotta get
There you
angry. Just gotta get angry. That's what it is.
Take it.
Awesome. Once again, you're pretty confident that not a lot of damage gets through. The orc once again fires a shot. Hits. And does solid damage, but once again, blah, blah, blah. It seems to just tank it. It has a lovely selection today. Oh, no. Cortec. Oh, what's your AC, buddy?
16.
Awesome. This hook bites down into your armor, yet hits nothing but armor. It's really close, though. I want to tell you right now, it's really close. Amok. Hits. Once again, doesn't do as much damage as it should be. Ulfgar, same thing. Cortec, you're up, buddy. You're up.
Okay, so as he misses Cortec,
Yes.
Cortec hits his armor with his own halberd and says, "This is how you hit," and swings at him.
Do it. That hits. That is how you hit. Yeah, that's exactly how it hits.
Nice damage too.
That's solid. That's solid. But once again, it doesn't go through as much as you should. The orc fires. Hits. Well, I mean, it's damage, right? Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Has a lovely selection today. Oh, no. Cortec, buddy. Buddy, what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen to you? Oh, no. So you're like, this is how you hit, right? And then it turns and looks at you and just raises its... oh, shit. So you hit for max damage. It hits for max damage. Things get really bad. Cortec, we get a scene of your character, right? Tell me what your grandma told you before you left.
Okay, so actually my grandma died before I left, But the last thing she told me was to always be true to Talos and to always seek refuge on the storm. That I would always find answers for my questions there.
You take 16 points of damage as this cruel hook slams into you. Things seem to be turning for the worst. Amok, it's your turn, buddy. Do something. Hits. Solid damage, but once again, it doesn't seem to penetrate its cruel hide. Ulfgar, it's your turn.
Rinse and repeat for now. He
6-9. Solid
he
damage.
noticed the hit, but Cortec is still standing, so it's not quite ready for him to intervene.
Oh my goodness gracious. Cortec, what's going on, buddy? You hit it. It hit you. What's going on, buddy?
It seems like you learned.
It did, yeah. It seemed to like, oh, that's how you do it. Oh, okay.
Okay, so Cortec closes his eyes, feels the cold,
Oh, it's
thinks
very
about
much
the
cold.
storm, and
Awesome.
feels energy replenishing him. Mhm.
Sunburst of vitality feels good. Feels good.
Oh. Okay,
Yep.
and that's it.
Well, that's a bonus action. You can still do one
it's
more
only a
thing.
bonus
Oh.
action.
Okay. Well, and then he swings again.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
that's the end of this.
Oh, boosh. Interesting. How much damage? That's a lot of damage. Tell me how you kill this creature in an epic fatality.
Okay, so as Cortec is hit, he remembers his grandma. He closes his eyes, think about the storm, feels a burst of energy going through him, looks at the Minotaur and just like, there's more to learn, and then just hits him.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Yes. We can now drop out of combat as like the last Minotaur like crumbles to the ground, right? What do you guys do as you're like all breathing heavily? Kotek is currently injured. Almok's injured. 2 dead orcs lie down at your feet. What do you guys do?
Cortec will attempt just to break the horns of the Minotaur, the last one, to take it with him.
Yes, they break off easily. Roll me a knowledge nature. You see if you how well you get these horns. Yeah, okay. You get 2 Minotaur horns. They're nothing special. Over time they've worn, so they're not in pristine condition, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just normal Minotaur horns. They're nothing spectacular.
Ulfgar walks over. He's going to call out for Amok to gather his troops and make sure we have a firing line while we catch our breath. Ulfgar is going to start performing, prayers and last rites for the orcs who have died, offering prayers up for the other orcs who are still alive, because he knows that the orcs are dying out. I mean, he hasn't seen an orc for a long while. He knows that most of them are gone now, so he feels a little saddened that there's less now in the world since he had a good friend who was an orc.
Roll me a persuasion, as the orcs don't seem to like you messing with their dead. They seem to be attempting to gather and collect the parts of them. Yeah, they allow you to do the performance, right? They allow you to do the rites over the dead. They seem really solemn. You kind of realize that these orcs didn't want to like jump into combat. Like these aren't like raw, die, kill them, crazy. No. These orcs are trying to stay alive, right? They know their limitations. There is no bloodlust in their eyes except for like when they're cornered. You did see them getting prepared for combat, but you didn't see them like jumping out and like, let's do this. No, these orcs seem to be trying to preserve their numbers. Your assumptions were very much true. The injured orcs are starting to be attended to. The other orcs like start like gathering around and like talking in orcish about like there seems to be like a discussion. You can both roll me an insight on what it is that they're discussing. Even Almach is joining in as he's like tending his wounds. Yes, you both think that they are ready to leave. They've already lost 2 companions and they're discussing like we should leave this place. This is insane. Right. Almach seems to be kind of indifferent. So like how the orcs are like treating each other and like talking to each other, Almach just seems to be like wrapping himself in bandages. He seems to like shake his head in disagreement with the orcs, but you think that he's not going to put up a fight to stay.
Almach, what did you recover from the other room? I think we should take a look at these scrolls to know what we've stumbled upon.
He nods in agreement, but he's like, you want to start studying the scrolls now. After what just happened. By the way, it is still cold. This might be just a momentary reprieve on what is to come next.
He doesn't want to, like, he just wants to take a quick glance, like, subject matter, flip through a couple of them, see what they're about, and, like, not fully study them, just, trying to gain any quick information.
Roll me a Knowledge Arcana as you're flipping through the scrolls that you are currently carrying. Okay, so you know that there are a couple of 1st and 2nd level scroll spells in this. You also read like some Dwarven, like a mixture of Dwarven, giant, elf, and human. It seems to be like a disheveled like notes, right? It's not organized. There's no way that you guys could have organized them. But you do read some of them being just this. Almach like goes through and he will attempt to identify his bunch. Yeah, he's more focused like on his injuries than he is on identifying the items that you've currently collected.
Gortek, I believe you've got a choice to make. How do you want your clan to be known? As grave robbers and thieves, or as honorable warriors?
I would like to be known as an honorable warrior, for sure.
Then I suggest you don't bother trying to mark this place, trying to show that you were here.
Are you sure? Because if I make a mark here, people will know someone from our clan was here at least. Not necessarily to steal or anything.
As you like
to decide,
reading these scrolls and stuff, as you're reading these scrolls, and you're literally carrying a weapon.
Ulfgar wants to do one last thing. He agrees that we should probably leave. They're not well equipped for this. Even though we survived the 2, he thinks that there's going to be more. This is only the 1st level of this place. There's a lot more below us. So he suggests that we leave soon, but he has one more thing he wants to do before he leaves.
What is that?
And he's going to try to do that quickly.
Interesting. What are you attempting to do?
He is going to run over into the statue room with the elemental statues. And he's pulling out his holy symbol as he's running. And he's going to touch his holy symbol to the earth elemental to see if it reacts in any way to his holy symbol.
Roll me a knowledge. What would this be? Nature. Knowledge, nature.
And he's going to pray for guidance as he does this, because he wants to uncover the secrets that he has at his hands.
So this is kind of important. Who or what are you praying to?
This is supposedly Gia's claw. So he's gonna try something unusual for him. He's gonna try to see if he can contact Gia. He's gonna try to pray to Gia and see if, because he wants to uncover the secrets of this item. And he knows, yeah, he's gonna try that. He's gonna try praying to Gia.
Roll me a die 3. Number 2. Interesting. Where you at? Where you at? There you are. Interesting. 1, 2. There we go. A figure appears before you. Someone familiar from your past. A smoky haze. You're not raging, by the way. You are not raging whatsoever. It says something to you, but once again, you can roll me an insight. Are you doing anything else?
Does it... He's going to run over and do the same thing to this, to the black flame representation.
Roll me an insight as this figure appears before you and attempts to stop you.
Oh.
You can roll me an insight.
It's a 13.
Its wispy hand tries to slap at you, and yet it says something to you once again.
So seeing it slap at me, and still he's not gonna touch it to the statue, but he's still confused. But he knows he's running out of time because we got to get a move on. So he nods to the figure, to his ancestor, and he is going to have to run out of there.
Yes. You see the figure raise its hand to you. Right? Raises its hand to you as you leave this room.
He thinks we should go. We shouldn't stay here any longer.
Excellent. Are you guys departing?
Yeah. While he was doing that,
yeah. What were you doing, Cortec? What were you doing during this? Yes.
Cortec actually looks to Almach and says, "Well, your men were brave. You should be proud of them and their skill."
Almach just continues to wrap his bandage, right?
Okay. And while he does that, Cortec just comes to one side of the room, sits on the floor to rest a bit, grab his bowl, and just stares at it, remembering his grandma, and that's what he does.
Do you fill the bowl with anything?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay.
He just stares at it, just out of the memory.
We have a scene, a reflection, right, of Kortek back in his homeland. A wasteland of ice. Very different from your current situation, right? You have traveled long and far from your homeland to the far frozen north. These walls are made out of sandstone, and you are used to more of like animal hides, furs, even in desperate times, igloos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this place is very strange to you, very dry, right? Very sandy. Grit gets everywhere. You seem to be out of your element within this area.
Yeah, well, he just remembers about his entire family, his brothers, his sister, and, well, he's homesick, but glad to have this experience at this moment. But then he just puts the bow away, and as soon as Ulfgar appears and says, "We have to leave," he stands up, looks at Ulfgar, and just, "Oh, well, is it okay if we travel together?"
Ulfgar nods as he tries to get Amok to gather the troops for us to move out.
He jumps on his horse, right? The animal that Watsup's been taking care of. He nods for you guys to begin the departure. Where are you guys heading?
Back to Ravenshaven.
Excellent. I'm going to flip over to the overland map. But there's so much more. There's so much more, guys. You need to go further, deeper into the dungeon.
Maybe.
There's so much more.
Ulfgar
There's so
will
much
remember
more. Okay, all right. I'm just saying that there's so much more.
He'll remember it. He's interested.
Well, Kortek will probably remember where this is. He's pretty good with maps.
It'll be on the map. Beyond the map. What do you guys do? The sandstorm is currently still going. You've not been more here than like maybe an hour or two, if that, and you've already lost 2 orcs. What do you guys do?
Get ready to head out. Ulfgar can
That's weird.
try to lead the way.
I'm going to refresh. I see nothing but white.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to refresh.
Now it kind of loaded. All right.
Maybe I
just
was
one
going
sec.
too fast. There it goes.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh too then.
Yeah, because that was weird. I was like, that's not right. There it goes.
Is the dynamic lighting on even for this map? Because I see all black and a little bit of the map only.
So right
Yeah,
there.
that's the way it's supposed to be.
All right. Yeah, then it's
Yeah.
This is the areas that have been explored.
And Haven is a city, right?
It is, yes. It's not a large city. It's like the last destination between. Well, roll me knowledge history. See what you know about it.
Nothing.
Yeah. I
Half
mean,
around here.
that's exactly right. You haven't heard any rumors about it or anything like that. So you are currently unaware of what's at Ravenshaven.
Okay.
So Ulfgar wants to get us some distance away from this ruin. He doesn't want to force march us, but he wants us to get as far in the day as we can before we need to make camp.
Awesome. That sounds like a survival roll if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
As Cortex sees him, Ulfgar, trying to do that, he offers to help.
Ulfgar will shrug and he'll take your help. See what you know. He's had a lot of people come and go lately who think they know what they're doing and don't. So he'll see if you know what you're doing.
All right.
He's got a +5 to his survival. He's been out here for a while. What do you have for your bonus?
Yeah, I have my background feat and +4.
That's good.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Place
So
yourself. You may take the Party of Adventures token and place yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go ahead and type that in. Ruins. Yeah. You travel through the day. It felt like you just got there and then you left as soon as you did. Yeah. However, it is marked on your map, and you may travel back there at any point in time. It's not like the dead are going to go anywhere, right? Yeah. You travel. That night, you have no encounters as you quickly escape the storm that was currently there, but you quickly outpace it, or sidestep it, or what have you. You easily escape the storm. What, if anything, do you do that night?
Ulfgar is going to take some time to meditate and try to learn a little bit more about this holy symbol that he carries. It's quite a different view of Adric, who would sneak off to try to perform these rites. Now that he's revealed himself as Ulfgar, he is performing these rites in the middle of camp now, unconcerned with what eyes may be watching him.
The orcs don't seem to give two shits. I'm going to tell you that right now. The orcs don't care. There is no rules or laws. They actually are interested in what you're doing because it reminds them a lot of their shamanistic style magics. Long forgotten. They don't remember it. None of them are shamans.
All right. Cortec, will wait at the first night as soon as everyone is asleep. Mm-hmm. He'll put some water into his bowl and puncture his finger and drop one droplet of blood into the bowl and just stare at it and do and repeat whatever he remembers his grandma used to say. So, Talos, bring us storm, bring us wisdom, help us achieve our goals and dreams and survive the storm.
Let's see here. So as you're praying, and your droplet of blood hits the bowl, it coagulates quite quickly in the desert heat. You feel like there's no communication with your deity or spirit. This desert is unnaturally hot and dry. Even the sandstorm that you just left appeared to have no moisture in it whatsoever, as if this place was somewhat cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Upon seeing Cortec try and do this, Ulfgar is going to walk over and offer some assistance. He is going to cast Create Water for Cortec to fill his bowl with. And it's also going to provides 10 gallons of water, so it should, he'll distribute it to the camp as well to make sure that everyone's well hydrated.
So the past 2 days, the orcs have been drinking their waters, so they quickly fill up their cantinas. Yeah. The 10 gallons goes quickly, very quickly, since they've been traveling 2 days in the hot desert. This opportunity of free water is not passed up at all. The bowl, right? The bowl.
Well, and it says that it falls like rain within the 30-foot cube. So as he's performing the ritual, rain starts to fall upon the camp.
Excellent. Yeah, the orcs kind of like makeshift like raincoats, right? And then they like funnel the water, right? This is not like the first time that they've done it. Yeah. Your bowl, right? Like begins to fill, right? And it's a slow process. And the blood at the very end of it, right, begins to unclot as the water begins to seep into it. And then you see like this misty, smoky appearance. And roll me a perception, Cortec, as you're watching this. Yeah. Your blood turns into what appears to be like a skull, and like a human skull, right? It opens its mouth, right, and then disperses within the water.
That can't be good. Well, I'll grab one of the Minotaur horns and put it in the water, like just one of the tips of it, and see if it reacts to it.
That's a good question. There is no reaction. Yeah, there is no reaction.
And I saw a skull, right?
That is true. Yes, you did see a skull. So what it was is like your blood, right, had coagulated in the dry heat. And then once the rain began to like pour down upon it, right, the coagulation began to disperse as the rain was filling up the bowl, right? And it was as the water was rising, your blood became like that of a skull and dispersed.
All right. I'll do my prayers again now that the bowl is filled and it's filled up, and I'll just pray again and drop one more droplet of blood in the water and see if the same thing happens.
Okay. So once you drop the droplet of water into it, it becomes normal blood, and quickly like settles and disperses like normal blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And nothing reacted to the prayers, right?
Well, I mean, roll me another perception.
Okay.
Right. So you're sticking your head into this like bowl. Once this droplet of blood enters into the pool, a skull appears. But as you're like leaning in, the water spills out, and it's just like the blood is dispersed and everything else. This skull was different, however, and you're not sure what it was. Maybe it was the wash of the water. Maybe it was the horn you dipped in. You're not quite sure what happened. But during this process, right, you dump the bowl out. Because you're like so focused on it, the bowl slips out of your hand and goes splashing into the sand.
Okay, so I'll just grab the bowl, I'll clean it, and I'll just put it in the things again. Well, maybe not the best time to try it. Okay, that was it for Cortec.
Awesome. Anything else before night settles down upon you?
Yeah, Ulfgar, once he's done with his meditation, he's going to pull out his holy symbol, and he is going to try to cast mending upon it to see if that will affect it in any way. He feels like he remembers the Fae saying that this item has been damaged and tarnished, marked up. So he's trying to restore it to what it once was.
Okay. So what happens is the silver lining, right? Not the silver lining. What's it called? The silver. Was it Quicksilver? Let me
It was
look this
ice
up.
silver.
Ice silver, right? Begins to repair itself over the object. So it's like it starts to like wrap itself around. So like it was worn, right? So tarnished, and then once again you wrapped it around, right? It tarnishes, right, and becomes shiny, I guess. The tarnished ice silver, right, that was around it, becomes sealed once again.
And then he's going to try to contact his ancestors once more to try and find out more about this holy symbol. He's the true nature of it still eludes him. He does believe now that it is a relic of Gia herself, but its true power is escaping him. He knows that it's probably something like what Villiseth has, but he doesn't know how to harness that magic that's there within it.
How are you doing this? You have commune with undead?
He has guidance and nature rolls.
That does not help you here.
And that's all he's got. So he tries, he attempts it, but he
Are
still
you
doesn't
raging?
quite know.
Because that'd be the only way to get your ancestors to come to you currently. Are you raging?
Yeah, he will. He feels like it's important to try and contact his ancestors. They seem to know what this item is more than he does.
Are you raging inside the camp? Mister, I don't care who sees me now, right? Are you raging inside the camp? I love this. Oh, I love it so much.
No.
Oh, okay.
He was seen as a madman. He's not mad, but he is getting desperate. But he will still not present himself as a madman. So he will find
I'm not
some
crazy.
other place to get
I'm not
angry.
crazy. I'm going to find someone else to get angry. Okay. Tell me what your plan is.
He's going to go off from one of the dunes.
Cortec.
Find
Cortec. Ulfgar seems to be running off.
Where are you going?
I must speak with my ancestors. I don't wish others to think me insane.
Do you need
That's always a good start.
Do you need me to go with you and watch out for your surroundings?
Ulfgar kind of is taken aback by this. Most of the humans that he's encountered care only for themselves. He will smile back at Cortec.
No, lad. Stay here with the others. I can fend for myself.
Did Ulfgar just smile?
He did. And he assures Cortec that he won't be alone.
Okay, as you wish. Just let me know if you need anything.
Ulfgar nods and continues on out to the desert somewhere. And then once he gets to a spot, he's gonna get angry.
So set up the scene for me, right? Ulfgar is finding this spot, right? Set the scene up to it. Where is he going, right? So he's trying to hide. The orcs, right, they're currently fixing up water, right? They're making camp. They're setting up stuff. So you wandering off isn't a big deal, right? You're just wandering off. Almach notices you, but he's currently like injured and he's like taking care of his bandages. But he pays no attention. Kortek, of course, he says like, "How you doing, buddy? You need any help?" And you're just like, "Nah, I'm going to be alone." Set up the scene for me. Where in the desert are you wandering off to?
Ulfgar finds a dip in the dunes, far enough from camp to be out of like eavesdropping distance, but not too far away to where he won't be able to make it back to camp. He's not wanting to get lost in the desert, and he's not looking to get ambushed in the desert, but he does want some privacy for what he's about to do.
Excellent.
Once he finds that spot in the dunes, he's going to kneel on the sands, and he's going to pull out his holy symbol and place it before him. And he's starts trying to unravel some of the mysteries of this item. But as he does so, he can't help but become more and more frustrated. It seems like he's been out here wandering the desert and the plains purposeless for too long. And then he finally finds beings that know a bit about what he's looking for. And they tell him his search is pointless. He's already got what he has in his hands. But it's still just a holy symbol. He knows it has importance, but he doesn't know why. And he starts to get flashes from his ancestors as he becomes more frustrated at the situation.
Interesting. Roll me a luck roll.
So a D20?
A D100.
D100.
Interesting. Interesting. So tell me about this rage. You go into a rage. What happens?
He starts to see flashes of various scenes from his ancestors' lives. Some dwarves being killed in mineshaft collapses. Others being attacked by demons coming through portals. Others falling to various arcane powers as his eyes gloss over with darkness and smoke begins to rise from his body.
So this time, instead of white mist, a black mist begins to appear off of you.
And he starts to, at the end of himself, he starts to shout exasperately, trying to plead with the ancestors to reveal themselves to him.
6 seconds pass by. Your rage is starting to end. What do you do?
He is going to pull out one of his javelins and still frustrated and angered at the situation and almost at the end of himself, he stabs himself with his javelin, trying to
continue the rage.
Continue the visions.
Your blood soaks the sand. 6 seconds pass by. What do you do? Oh, by the way, roll me a damage as you're bleeding out. Take 9 points of damage.
Still frustrated and angry at the situation, does it one more time.
Go ahead. So when you go into a rage, this white mist comes off of you. However, currently, black mist is coming off of you. Another 6 seconds goes by. What do you do?
He feels like it's hopeless, that this isn't going to get him anywhere. And he calms down. He exasperately looks around. Then he sighs in disappointment as he picks up his holy symbol. And waits for a few more seconds. And then starts walking back to camp.
Roll me a perception as you start to leave. Yeah. That happens. You're disappointed, angry, frustrated at yourself. You're bleeding, right? You begin heading back to camp. The ancestors seem to have abandoned you. Yet it was strange that dark mist was coming off of you. As strange.
Once he's back to camp and we finish out our stay at camp the next day, he's going to try to help Cortec guide us to Ravenshaven once more.
Adric, you realize that your wounds do not heal. Anything else?
Did Cortec have time to rest? during the night?
Cortec, yes. Cortec, you did have time to rest. You
Alright.
are fully recovered.
That is good.
Ulfgar, why don't you roll me a knowledge religion? You also realize that Almach's injuries have not healed as well. Yes. Yes.
Wait,
It seems
only-
like Cortec's the only one that seems to be healing right now. Everybody else is still sustaining injuries and has not been repaired.
I think I know what's going on. I am the only one that deposited something and got the aura in the in the rooms.
Ulfgar sighs in agreement.
Okay. Okay. So since I rested,
You're fine. You're perfectly fine.
So Cortec tries to heal Ulfgar.
How? Magically?
Yes.
Roll to heal.
Yep. I already did.
Ulfgar, you get 7 hit points back.
But it worked, right?
Oh yeah, it worked.
Wolfgar would like to try to.
Oh, you
Think
did roll
back
knowledge
at-
religion? Oh, you think that you are cursed. You cannot heal naturally.
Okay, Wolfgar is going to share this with Amok and the others. We're gonna have to go back.
I mean, you don't have to.
Well,
He suggests we go back.
Okay, all right. I was like, roll me a persuasion, as like the orcs are adamant because they're not injured, right? The orcs feel they don't think that they're hurt or anything, right? So like half of them are like in agreement, like maybe we should. We've been messing with stumps. Should we go back? Amok seems to agree with you. What's up, does? Cortec, they want to go back to that death trap. Are you sure you want to go back? I mean, you're fine.
well, Cortex's point of view on this is that Ulfgar and the orcs helped him with the Minotaur. And Ulfgar accepted him as a travel companion, so he's in for going back. Because he also thinks that it has something to do with the altar that swallows items. So I think we should go back and he should deposit items in the altar.
Excellent. You guys head back?
Yep.
Awesome. Roll me survival as you begin heading back.
Ulfgar will help.
Yep. And
Oh no! Oh
well-
no! Oh my god! I have to go back. Like scroll. Are you serious?
do my wanderer feat helps?
Link it. See what it does.
You have an excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided that the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth.
Oh no!
So he
Okay, yeah.
remembers the general geography.
It doesn't help. Yeah. Oh no! Roll me a die 6. Just see how bad this gets. The good news is that you're accompanied with orcs and stuff, so. I wasn't expecting this. Oh my god! What is going on? Okay, all right. This is interesting. Okay. Really? Really? Okay. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. Interesting. Okay. You guys. Well, we need the orcs in this. Go ahead and place yourselves. Yeah. This random dice rolls, guys. Random dice rolls.
Oh god.
Wow. I mean, you even had help. Yeah, you had advantage. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Okay. Crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. I have to set this up. This isn't at all set up properly. But it'll be fun. It will be fun.
I don't like how excited you are about it.
This is a story plot. This is a storyline. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, we need orcs. We definitely need the orcs in Gith. They have not healed. Naturally. So... Okay. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. In the distance, right? You're traveling through the endless desert. In the distance, you see 4 flying shapes. I want you to roll me knowledge nature.
These shapes that Ulfgar would know
Distinctly, yes. You probably have advantage on this.
You said nature?
Yeah, this is very natural. So Kortek, right? Kortek thinks that those are birds. Ulfgar, in the distance, you think those are big birds.
Well, still birds.
Yeah.
Ulfgar suggests we start to take cover.
Roll me persuasion as the orcs and you are traveling, right? Like we're heading back. Now we're resting. What are we doing now? What are we doing here?
Well, I think we're trying to find our way, right?
It's an 11.
So they're like we should push on. We're not stopping for some birds, right?
Ulfgar tries to hide himself, make himself hidden.
Kortek, what are you doing while the orcs and stuff are marching through the desert?
Do I see Ulfgar trying to hide?
Ulfgar, roll me a stealth as you're trying to make yourself as small as possible. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
Well, as soon as Kortek sees Ulfgar trying to hide, he grabs the halberd from the Minotaur he's carrying and look around and try to figure out, like, are you like this only because of the birds?
Roll me a luck roll. This is going to be intense. This is going to be intense. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So the birds begin banking towards your direction. There seems to be 4 of them.
Well,
this is crazy.
I'll keep the birds on my sight, and then, well, I keep going, I guess. For me, they're only birds.
Yeah, just birds. Nothing's wrong. As they draw closer, I need you to roll me both perceptions. Yeah. Ulfgar, you quickly identify them as wyverns.
He shouts out that they're wyverns, that they need to hide. He's going to try to hide as well.
Tell me how you're going to hide.
He is going to try to find like these ruins or something around here.
These are all just natural landscapes. Like you see rocks, you see a statue of some sort, just random rocks. It's pretty flat, open. It's the desert, right?
So he's going to
knowledge nature, attempt to bury yourself, I guess.
Yeah, he'll try that.
There we go. Yep, you know that burying yourself would probably be the best way in order to hide.
And he does that. He starts using his shield to dig out a small spot for him to get underneath the sands.
Kortek. This strange, small little man's doing all types of weird stuff. He's like freaking out because of like birds.
Well, didn't he say
That's a
that?
good question. What do you say, Ulfgar?
He did call out. He said, "Wyverns, those are wyverns. You need to hide." As he starts digging under the sand frantically,
Yep.
trying to get himself in the ground.
Okay, well, Cortex
Like
just
he's visibly freaked out right now. He's terrified.
um Cortex really wants to face the Wyverns, but he actually think Ulfgar is wiser than he is. So he grabs the halberd and starts helping Ulfgar to dig. So
I need you both to roll me perception. Or stealth. As you are digging yourselves deeper and deeper. Yep. Interesting. So the halberd, right? The halberd is a shiny metallic object. And as you're like digging, right? We see like this aerial shot of where these wyverns are like flying. And we see like this flash, right? This like constant flash, flash, flash. And once again, they bank towards you. Roll me one last luck roll, boys.
oh man.
Awesome. Above you, you like guys start like looking up. You see these four figures begin to just start circling above you, as if like giant vultures. They seem to be like observing you. You see like the orcs like cocking their crossbows. And What's Up and Amek are like talking, and they seem to be like really, really nervous. They like get the horse down, right? And then they like cover it with a tarp. They blindfold it and cover it with a tarp. That way it doesn't run off, right? You see them like starting to like spread out. It seems like this is not the first time that they've encountered wyverns. You do sense like anxiety within the group as they're all getting ready for combat.
Ulfgar is going to push Kortek away and tell him to ready himself. But Ulfgar is going to duck in his little hole and throw his bison cloak over his head to try and cover up his features. So he's like shooing Kortek away and covering himself up in the hole. He's like not even buried in.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious. Like you, like from everybody, even from like we get like a drone perspective of like the orcs like running around and like getting ready, like pointing up. The wyverns just continue to circle above you. They seem to just be like observing you currently.
Ulfgar is going to let's see, what can he do?
That's an excellent question. What can you do?
Nothing. He can't do anything about this because he had to change his spells up for mending. So
Hey, I wasn't expecting this either, but it happened. It happened.
he's like, I guess he's gonna try to roll stealth again, try to bury himself like in the sand as much as he can.
Well, to be clear, you are currently being observed, so you won't be able to.
He's not gonna move then. He's gonna try and be quiet, hoping beyond hope that Kortek is not going to say his name and that no one's going to address him, because he doesn't want to be identified by these creatures at all. So he's...
One of the creatures begins to descend. A rancid, really nasty smell begins to permeate the air as the creatures begin to slowly descend, right? These creatures aren't dumb by any means. One of them begins to land and approach the group. The other three continue to observe. They crawl like bats, right? And they they're all prostrated on all fours, and it's crawling like towards them. And it says, what
I speak
languages do you
Draconic.
speak? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you understand.
Ulfgar understands exactly what they're saying.
Ulfgar understands that this is, I have come for the little one. Let's see here.
Does it look like a wyvern in particular that Ulfgar would know?
So your head's literally in the sand. Why don't you roll me a perception?
What the hell did you do?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Is it time for this? Is this happening already?
I don't know. You rolled it. You literally rolled it. Yeah, I guess it is time.
You can hear Agent kind of sigh from beneath his cloak as like the cloak kind of billows a little bit from its heavy sigh. I just want to confirm, because if so, this is gonna suck, one way or the other. Is this? Hold on, I gotta scroll up to get to his name. Is this Skekvis?
Yes. This is Skefis, your hated, bitter enemy. It says in this draconic language, you understand this as to, give me what I want, little one, and your friends will live.
Ulfgar, seeing this, he's reminded of all the dwarves that have died at the hands of Skekvis. He yells out,
Skekvis! I was wondering how long it would take you to find me. But I am not alone. And I have some of my kin who would like to say hello.
as he goes into a rage.
Is that initiative? Is that what I'm hearing? Awesome. Okay.
Yep. He knew this day was coming. He just was hoping to be a little bit more powerful before it did.
Damn it.
Do you speak Draconic, Quartek?
No, I just see.
Oh yeah, it just seems to be just.
I just. Quartek is just looking at Ulfgar trying to hide, and then a wyvern comes and starts like blabbling around, and then sees Ulfgar raging.
Yep.
So he just grabs his Ulfgar, just like, well, okay, let's go.
Yes, you've heard of these assaults before. They don't usually end well.
Well, and you see a complete shift in Ulfgar now. You saw him kind of terrified at first, trying to hide from these. Then as soon as this first one lands and begins to speak, he pokes his head out from beneath his cloak and sees what this creature is, and his demeanor changes on a dime, and he's suddenly infuriated. About ready to charge this creature.
All right.
Straight ups. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Where are our tokens?
This is the worst time for this to have happened.
I didn't roll it up,
Heal,
man. I didn't. No, naturally. You can heal yourself. It's just not naturally. Oof. 6, 9. Straight nines.
For some reason I
I was expecting this at all.
I can't see any of the tokens here.
Refresh.
All right.
And then we need one more right here. And one more right here. Oh my god. Oh no. This is getting bad. This is getting bad. Orcs.
Might be time to roll up another character.
Maybe. Gee, good lord, really? So 7, and then Almach. Come on, Almach. Get in this fight. Jesus. Okay, well, I mean... Okay. This should be fun. It'll be fun. Wyvern number 1. Where'd you at, number 1? The wyverns continue to circle above. Skeetsis crawls up onto this thing, right? Nobody's wanting to take an action, and everybody's just got everything like cocked and loaded. It crawls up on the statue, staring at the orcs and their little pea shooters. And once again says, "No one has to die, dwarf. Just give me what I want. Give me what my master wants." The wyvern's up next. Once again, they're circling above. The orcs have a ready action. They are ready to fire at Skeetsis at the first aggressive move that it makes. Almach says, hold. As this dialogue, he does not seem to understand what's happening between Skeetsis and Ulfgar. Ulfgar, it is your turn as the massive wyvern smiles cruelly at you. You have horrible flashbacks of, well, tell me about these horrible flashbacks.
Its people have been hunted for centuries by the wyverns. Especially this one in particular has personal interest to Ulfgar, as it's been hunting him since he left his home to come and search for the Tear of Gia. Before that, this particular wyvern had hunted down some of his close friends, a human explorer who was famous several centuries ago, and an orc druid of the Jade Rainforest. And this wyvern has killed countless of his kind, trying to keep them trapped beneath the mountain. And Ulfgar is infuriated at the sight of this, calling upon the aid of his ancestors to bring this creature down. He yells out in common that the wyverns are here to kill them all. And let me see if he's going to do the unthinkable. No, that's not going to apply to him. He thinks for a split second about this red gem that is in his possession.
It feels warm. Feels good. Feels powerful.
He thinks for a second whether it would be of any use to him in this fight, as he's looking to pull out all the stops to fight with everything he has against this creature. But he's not sure whether or not this is going to provide any sort of benefit to him right now. Let's see. Will he? No, he can't.
These creatures are currently flying. It's almost as if they're waiting to descend.
Oh,
like
sorry,
vultures.
I didn't see Skekvis's.
The only creature who's landed has been Skeksis, and he is currently on top of a statue staring at you. A sliver of saliva just like falls. It hisses as it hits the sand. It seems very pleased. He finally found you.
Ulfgar runs out from behind his cover as he throws a javelin at Skekvis. It's a long shot, but he's going to do everything he can. So this is a disadvantage. and it flies wide.
So like it doesn't fly wide, right? It flies true. And Skixus just like opens its mouth and catches it, and then like snaps it in half. Quite pleased at your decision. Wyvern number 1. This wyvern comes flying down like a bat out of hell, as if like no command was given to it by Skixus, and approaches the orc. It lands right next to it. And this like gust of wind flies out. It lands and attempts to sting the shit out of him. Oh, the barbed tip on this creature like stabs, and the orc dodges out of the way, and its stinger snaps in half, and it cries out in agony as it screams. It has disabled its stinger. Let's see how long and lucky that can stay up. Let's make sure everybody's in here. What's up? He flies into a rage as he's like, "Raw, wah!" And he charges the wyvern with this great axe and swings at it. He is going to recklessly assault it. And that's going to be close.
Come on, ancestors. This is the fight that these
It lands.
guys, they're good
It
for.
lands solidly. 1d8. Oh, so its stinger's stuck on the ground, right? And this orc just like, "Roar!" And this leaves with this huge cleave and does massive amounts of damage to it. The wyvern cries out in pain, unexpected of the orc's ferocity. Skixus just like chuckles in amusement as this wyvern like fails all of its abilities. The next wyvern.
I'm pretty sure you jumped me, Lucan.
Oh no, I haven't. This is all the wyverns.
You
Where
got
are
removed
you?
from initiative. He was supposed to be higher up. He got an 18.
You
Yeah.
got an
But
18?
for some
Oh,
reason, he was removed from initiative.
that's weird. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. Turn. Oh, that's.
So, yeah, you got him switched up. You started moving his token instead of the orc's token.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
there.
it.
What's up? There we go. So
What's
here.
up wasn't in
Yeah,
initiative.
there we go.
yet.
Okay. All right. There we go.
That's where the mix-up
It's,
happened.
it's add him. Yeah, there we go. Roll. Okay, he's got +2. Okay, there we go. Add turn. Go ahead and plug yourself into initiative order. It's 12.
Yeah, I did. Like, for me,
Let's make sure I got everybody. Amok, orcs. I got what's up twice.
It looks
no.
fine for me.
You don't have what's up twice. You have Cortec twice.
Okay.
You have what's up
Cortec
once.
rolled an 18, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
The problem
Cortec,
is
you're
you're
up.
getting the tokens mixed up.
I'm at the big screen, the white screen, because I have to see where all these wyverns are at. Because they're flying. Yes. Cortec, you are up. What you gonna do, buddy?
All right.
Let's go ahead and
At the
go
sight
back
of
to
the
descending.
wyvern landing, Cortex just
Okay,
runs
Cortex up there twice.
straight for it and swing the halberd at him.
Excellent. That unfortunately misses. Being fully aware of the onslaught that's coming. Past Geeksis, past Wyvern, yep. What's up, past, what's this Wyvern? Wyvern. Okay, Wyvern over here. Okay, this Wyvern comes flying down. And you see if he, see this poor orc, he survived the dungeon, and he probably won't survive as a stinger comes down and just obliterates him. That orc's dead, unfortunately. As he doesn't cry out in pain. You just see the wyvern's dark shadow just fall upon him. Alright, past what's up turn. Wyvern, this one, yep. This one's going to fly down at Amok. And attempt to sting the shit out of him. I actually have to do some calculations on this one. All right, so first thing he needs to make a con save, which he fails. And he takes, okay. Okay. Holy shit. Yeah. Almuk's still up, surprisingly. He does a shit ton of damage to him. Almuk is still up, surprisingly. Orc's turn. They start shooting at the nearest. So these orcs are going to shoot at the nearest. That's like everybody just starts pew pew pewing. One hit. One hit. Okay, it takes 1d8. Every little bit helps, I guess.
Oh, the rolls.
Yeah, every little bit helps, I guess. They miss. One hits. Two hits. 2d8. Well, you know, it's decent. The one that killed the orcs, right? The one that drew first blood. He takes a good whack. It's not a lot of damage, but it's solid. Almuk, he is looking bad, to say nonetheless. What's he going to do? He couldn't have done that. He is going to cast a spell. You guys can attempt to identify this. As he suddenly appears in the middle of his orcs. His horse, right? He was on top of his horse, laying it down. The horse is now up and free. Ulfgar, it's your turn.
Curse these little stubby legs.
I'll get into combat eventually.
He's gonna throw another javelin.
Which one?
At this one here.
Excellent. Chuck. That's a hit.
And his ancestors should start assailing this one as well from that hit.
Your ancestors do not appear. Everything works functionally. However, you do not see your ancestor.
Okay. But the functionality of his class features still affects
Yes.
it? Okay.
But stuff that's supposed to be appearing? It's not appearing.
So it does 8 damage.
Yes, 8 damage is a solid blow. This creature screeches out in pain as the javelin sticks into it. Wyvern. Enraged, it has a lovely selection here. What's Up did the most damage to it, so he's going to focus on What's Up. He bites.
It is a disadvantage.
Excellent.
And if it hits, What's Up has resistance to it.
Okay, so I need to roll one more time for disadvantage. One hits, so it'd be a claw.
Let me... Here, Ancestral Protection. That's what it does.
First rage hinders its attacks upon the start of your turn. The target has disadvantage. Yep. And then a creature has resistance. Okay, excellent. He has resistance. Thank goodness, because this is going to hurt. This is just a claw. 2d8 plus 4. Holy crap. 8 plus 1. What's Up takes, he resists it, right? As like this claw, this cruel claw gouges into him. He cries out in pain. Wait, he has advantage, disadvantage. I cancel out. He's recklessly assaulting. Yeah. Do they all hit? Give me a second. Give me a second here. So reckless gives you disadvantage, right?
It would be a normal roll. So if his
Roll. Okay, so miss, hit. Okay, so 2 hits. Okay. 2, 3, 4. And 2 more. Oh, Jesus. He takes half damage, so that's good. So, this wyvern, like, swipes. Both of them hit, and had you have not landed your protection on it, things would have been a lot worse. Cortec, buddy, this is probably the first time you've seen anything this scary before. You've heard of wyverns, you've probably seen wyverns, but these things are deadly. They look like they have this loose skin. It's not scaly or anything like that. They stink. They're rancid of their like meat that's caught between their teeth of their last meal. And these things are absolutely horrifying to stare upon. It is your turn. What do you do as this creature begins beating the crap out of what's up?
Okay.
and you see Ulfgar is not holding back at all. Just as a hint.
Yeah. Pull out all the stuff, buddy.
So, seeing that the creature in front of us, of me, is actually focusing on someone else, Cortec goes around it and then swings at it.
You have advantage because of its large size. What's up? And you are using your fighting abilities to engage. That hits.
Dang.
Solid hit. Solid damage too. It screeches out in pain as you land your solid blow. Scarvis just continues to laugh mockingly at you. Its cruel grimace, just like, you're not going to survive. Just smiling cruelly. It does nothing and just continues to taunt you. It says, I will enjoy tasting your flesh, but first, I'm going to kill every one of your companions and save you for last. And it just laughs and it's like... this wyvern moves up. The ranks begin to like buckle as like the wyverns just begin plowing through. It attempts to sting this orc and erases them from the map. Becomes a big pile of what's up, and it's still reckless rage, just like continues to waylay on this creature. And misses horribly. Wait, it has advantage.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so he didn't need a reckless.
Oh, that is true. He will not reckless this turn. He will continue his rage, but he will not reckless. Yeah. One solid blow lands. It's a hit. Not a lot of damage, but it's a solid hit. This wyvern, who had obliterated the last one, like wipes off the orc that's on its tail and just like flings the carcass over to the side. It jumps upon the next one using its cruel stinger. So yeah, this thing just like leaps from orc to orc, stabbing the shit out of it. Omok, seeing that the situation is pretty bad, he jumps on this, and he swings with his great sword and misses. Ulfgar, things are looking pretty bad right now, man. Things are looking pretty bad. If this keeps up, you don't know what's going to happen.
He continues his charge. Comes up next to what's up. and he begins to wail on this creature as well.
Do it. Do it.
He's going to take a chance since its stinger is out of commission and recklessly attack as well. Oh wait, no, he doesn't need to because of advantage. So
Yeah, he's got advantage right there. Yeah. You don't have to. That hits. Nice. Solid damage right there. Yet it continues to fight and struggle. The wyvern's up. Let's see here. It has a lovely selection. It has 4 targets that it may hit. Starting from right to left, up, down. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. This orc, it turns its fury and just like bites at him, right? It attempts to bite him.
It's still marked, so
it has disadvantage.
Disadvantage and resistance.
That does not matter. This orc is literally chomped in half as its cruel jaws just. This guy dies. He dies. I mean, it's pretty bad. Enraged that one of his companions, he continues to bring his axe down upon it. He has advantage, so. Oh, there we go.
I mean,
it could have been better. It could have been better, but it's damage. It's solid damage.
You switched me and WhatsApp again.
Oh well, okay. It's your turn. It's your turn. My bad. I mean, I'll erase that damage. I'll erase that damage.
No, that's
reroll.
completely
You sure?
fine.
You sure?
That's
Okay.
completely
All right.
fine. All right. So
Just need to skip WhatsApp.
Seeing that the creature is a phenomenal foe, Cortec just swings twice at it.
Do it. That hits. For solid damage, yet it continues to remain up.
Yep. 21 damage.
Holy crap, 21? Oh my goodness gracious. 13. Yeah, you took a huge chunk out of it. Yeah. Huge chunk out of it. It's literally on its last legs, as your halbert's literally stabbing the piercing its flesh. Scurvis commands the wyvern, this one, in Draconic to retreat. See if it will even get the opportunity to do so. This creature has a lovely selection here. It has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nearest opponents. It leaps upon this orc and attempts to sting the shit out of him. Oh my gosh, yes. Same thing happens. Like its stingers just pierces and it becomes disabled. Yeah. You guys are getting really lucky. What's the odds of the stinger attacks always rolling ones? Yeah. WhatsApp's up. He does his turn. He actually whacks it pretty solidly. This wyvern. Seeing Almach right next to him. Almach's looking bad, by the way. Almach is looking horrible. He attempts to bite, claw. So, first one's the bite. Then the last claw. What's this bonus to hit? It's going to be close. A claw reaches out and tags him. Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, Almach is still standing. He's looking really bad, though. Almach returns the flavor. And misses. Ulfgar. This creature, you understand that Scurvis is telling it to retreat. If you do not bring this creature down, it will likely escape. What do you do?
He continues to attack it. This is the hardest hitting attack he can do, so he's just going to keep at it.
That hits. Interesting. It's the wyvern's turn. Disabled with its stinger. Damn near close to death. It disengages and retreats into the sky. It leaves the battlefield unless anybody's wanting to do anything. Let's see here. What is your guys' maximum range?
Ulfgar can chuck a javelin at, let me see what his range is. Don't have it up. Let me see here.
So it takes the disengage action and then it flies diagonally 80 feet.
I have up to 120 feet.
Excellent. You guys are
With
going
a
to have
javelin.
at least one turn. So 1, 2, 3. At least one round before it disappears. Speaking of which, you see this creature disengage, right? It's smart, intelligent. It takes the disengage action, flies up 80 feet. Cortec, if you have an opportunity to do a range attack, I'd suggest doing it. You could drop this creature.
All right. Can I try to throw a battle axe at it?
You may at disadvantage. I'm not quite sure what the range of the battle axe would be.
Yeah, it's not even a throwable weapon. It would be,
So it'd be at disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be a no proficiency disadvantage.
No. Instead of doing that, he looks at Ulfgar and says, "Well, I'll get the other one," and runs up to this one and swings at it.
Excellent. Attack! This creature is uninjured and has slain 2 orcs. That's going to be close. That's a hit.
Yep.
It screams in pain as your halberd stabs into it.
Die, you flying snake.
Skirvis continues to laugh, amused at this battle that's being played out before it. It says, so many of your people have died, Ulfgar. Ashencloak, are you going to continue this little farce of a game? It mocks you and hisses. It is the wyvern's turn. Which one is this one? This one's this one. It has a lovely selection before it. It has 2 opponents that it can reach. Its stinger is disabled, but it looks like it's number 1. Goodbye, Mr. Orc. As he begins to... yeah. Goodbye, Mr. Orc. He literally bites him in half. Continuing to rage and seeing that one of his fallen companions died. He walks up just like, "Roar!" He is going to recklessly rage for that sweet advantage. And he hits. It's not a crit or anything, but solid damage. Solid damage on this creature. The wyvern, this one right here. Poor Almach. None of the orcs are going to get close, but continue to fire at him. What's up is going to take a bite and swipe, since it's got nothing else to chomp on. That's a miss. And then 2 claws. The 2 claws going to hit. Oh, it's going to be real close. +7. Yeah, that hits. Both of them hit. So things get really bad. Almach drops. Almach drops. He falls to 0. Yeah. He's not dead. He's not dead. I want to be clear here. He's not dead, but things are looking real bad. Almach's turn. He has already suffered a critical hit. That first one dropped him, and the second one landed. This is a 50-50 odds here. He's well, let's see what happens. Ulfgar, it is your turn.
Hearing Amok go down, and then seeing this wyvern try to escape. So I've got kind of a logistics question for you before I do all this.
Sure.
He's got 25 feet of movement, and Sacred Flame has a 60-foot range. Would he be able to run and then Sacred Flame the wyvern trying to get away?
To be clear, you'd have to move. Let's see here. The wyvern moved at 80, right?
Right.
You got 60, so you're going to have to move 20 towards the wyvern.
20 towards the
in order to be a
wyvern.
Yep.
And then he is 60 away from Amok. Let me see what the range is on this.
Yeah. What's the range on that, buddy? Choices, right?
60 feet, so he can do this. He can do this. So he's going to look, he's going to calm down. Wait, no. Calming down is a bonus action, isn't it?
Dropping out of rage is like a free action, right?
Okay. So he's going to drop out of rage. He's going to look at Amok. He's going to yell something in Dwarvish, and Amok's going to be brought back to life. As he casts Healing Word with his Circle of Mortality ability, so healing him for max healing, which is 6. 6 healing.
Plus 6. Awesome.
Forget the rage bonus. Let me take that off.
That's fine.
And then he's going to run after this wyvern, trying to escape.
Yes.
And he's going to cast Sacred Flame at this wyvern, trying to escape.
It has a plus 0.
Come on.
Yes! Tell me how you dropped this wyvern.
As he's trying, this wyvern is beaten and bruised and trying desperately to fly away. After shouting for Amok to rise from his sleep, that Ulfgar still needs him, he runs over and curses the wyvern to die in the abyss as it is engulfed in black fire and drops from the sky.
The wyvern is like flying, right? And as you strike it, you pierces its heart, and it just like falls out of the sky into its limp form and just comes crashing down. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Ulfgar?
That's all he can do. That was his bonus action, his action, and all of his movement.
Yeah. Gortek, right. There's a slight victory as everybody cheers. The orcs cheer, Ulfgar cheers. Only people who are not cheering are the wyverns, who are super pissed right now. Yeah.
Well, Gortek stares at the wyvern and says, "You're next," and then moves around him and attacks.
Right flank, yes. That hits. Awesome, solid damage. The wyvern cries out in pain, yet it continues to stand. Skeeksis just seems unbothered by it and just continues to laugh mockingly. As Ulfgar drops the wyvern, it's just like Skixus just smile on its face, the smell of rotten meat. It seems unconcerned that one of its companions has fallen, and looks at its dead companion and just licks its chops as if ready to consume its fallen companion. The next wyvern. It has a lovely selection. It has 50-50 odds. Oh no. Gortek, you knew this day would come, buddy. You knew this day would come. The dice finally have chosen you. It bites you. And that's a hit. That's a solid hit. 2d6 plus 4. All right. Take 11 points of damage as this cruel bite slams down upon you. Yet it is not over. It has 2 claws. One hits. Cortec, buddy, What are you thinking about now as this claw is coming down to pretty much rip off your face? Oh. Take 17 points of damage. I can't hear you. I think you muted yourself.
Well, so Cortex just remembers his home village, looks at the claws coming towards him, and smiles as if he was waiting for something to happen, and says, well, it was a good one. And then in total it was 17, or just 17 for the claw?
It was just 17 points. So the first one was, let's see here. The first one was a bite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which was the 4 and 3, which was 11 points of damage.
Yep.
Then the next one was, let's see here, 17. No, wait, 11 plus 4.
Is it 17 total though,
15.
or is
Be
it
15.
like just one?
11
hit,
and
or...
15. 11 and 15. So the first one is a bite, right? Which was 11 points. The second one was 15.
All right, and as the claw hits him, he goes down.
Oh, yes.
Is he dead or is he just unconscious? Is the main
Um,
question.
Just unconscious.
Okay, you're good. You got Ulfgar.
All right. Please.
I don't know for how
just,
long, but
Just turn into a demon or something and kill him.
Oh, what's up comes over and brings down his cruel axe. Oh, that's a mess up. And misses horribly. Well, is he recklessly? Yeah, he's totally recklessly raging. Take the first one. Only the first one. He misses both. The wyvern, pissed off that Amok's back up, he is going to bite the shit out of him. And misses. He's going to claw him. And hits. The situation just got worse, buddy, because guess what? There's another claw. Well, it automatically hits. So he is once again knocked unconscious. Things are looking bad, buddy. Things are looking bad. Amok. Amok, are you dead? Are you dead? No. No, he's not dead. He has one success. Ulfgar. Ulfgar. What you gonna do, buddy?
Amok is clearly close to death. Kortak is unconscious, near the verge. He can only do something for one of them this turn. He is going to move closer, first of all, to be behind. What's up? He's going to bonus action Spare the Dying on Amok.
Okay.
Stops him from bleeding out.
Okay.
Main action, he's going to... actually, he's going to stay here. Yeah, main action, he's going to pull out his holy symbol and attempt to wrap up the wyverns in these black chains that rise up from the sands.
I believe there's a save to that, correct?
Yep.
Excellent. It is a charisma save. And what's their charisma? Oh, mine's 2. Okay.
Against
so it's
all
an
three of
AoE? All 3 of them. Awesome.
Yeah.
So this is a scare miss. Yeah. Okay. And then the other 2. Both of them are baned.
And then that's all Ulfgar can do right now.
Excellent. I think it's time for a sweet sweat death saving throw.
Okay, come on, dice. Huh.
As 1 out of 3 failures.
Yep.
Things are looking very, very bad. So Skirvis, right? Skirvis like smiles at Ulfgar as he attempts to bind him, and he says, "Oh, this brings back so many fond memories. Don't you remember, Ulfgar? Don't you remember your friends dying?" And it's like cruel laughter continues to hiss in your ear. The Wyvern. I mean, it's literally got, what's up? Where are the orcs, by the way? Have I been missing the orcs? I think I've been missing the orcs. There's only 2 left. What was there?
There's 3 left.
There's 3 left.
Yeah. And yeah, they haven't done anything for a couple of rounds.
All right. We'll do some arrow shots here because I think I've been skipping over them. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
Oh, 1 hit. 1 hit. It's a die 8. Okay. Solid damage. Solid damage. Things are looking bad, guys. Things are looking bad. Let's make sure that the orcs are on the board. They rolled a 10 plus 2, so 12. Okay. Then descending. Let's make sure that the orcs are on the board since things are getting real bad. Skisses. He taunted Wyvern. Yep. What's up, buddy? You're gonna be punished. What's up? That's a hit.
Minus the D4.
Oh, that's true. So the first one hits, but you see what die 4 does, and it becomes a miss. The claw that hits, but let me check. Let me do some calculations here. This is real close here. Then his armor. Okay. It misses. Barely, though. Barely, though. The orcs. It's the orcs' turn. They fire. Oh, wait. Did we miss? No, we didn't miss anybody. Okay, all right. I'm just making sure that we're not missing. The orcs fire. That's a hit. That's a hit. 2 bolts come flying out and strike the wyverns. That's 5. Ooh, that's solid damage right there. Yet it continues to remain up. What's up's up, and he's just going to rage. Yeah. It hits. It's a die 12. Okay, not a lot of damage, but still damage. It's not this. Wyvern. So Almok is down, correct? He's not awake?
He's not awake, but he's not bleeding out. Like, he's not at risk of dying right now.
Right. He leaps upon the next one and attempts to sting her. This stinger is still active. And hits. Yeah. Obliterates this orc.
Another D4. That one was bound as well.
Die 4. Still hits. Squish! Amok. He is stabilized, but unable to do anything. Ulfgar, roll me that sweet. What are you doing, Ulfgar?
Ulfgar sighs as he shouts again in Dwarvish, casting Healing Word on Kortek. Because of his Circle of Mortality ability, you gain full health from this, so you get 6 hit points.
Welcome back to the fight, buddy. Welcome back to the fight. You're no longer down.
And he's going to again curse the wyvern in front of him as he takes a step to the side, almost like he's starting to back out of here. And he casts Sacred Flame on this wyvern.
Excellent. It has a minus D4, right?
Yes.
It doesn't need to roll. It takes the full damage. It screams in agony as the flame burns it. All right.
Okay.
Kortek,
So
You're currently laying on the ground, awake. This giant wyvern continues to fight with Wazop. What you gonna do, buddy?
well, Cortec gets up, still a bit stunned, and holds really strong on his halberd, and thinks of Talos, thinks of the storm, and feels a surge of energy running through his body.
Awesome.
Come on.
Oh. You still can do something. It's a bonus action.
Well, Cortec will try to swing at it. It won't back out.
You have a flanking bonus. That hits.
Yep.
Solid damage. Solid damage.
Never hit me again, flying snake.
Skikas is like laughs at this, right? He's just like, yes, keep struggling, Ulfgar. Yes, I've always enjoyed this. Watch them die. You like that, don't you, Ulfgar? You like the death, don't you, Ulfgar? And he just laughs and hisses like. The wyvern has two lovely targets that it may select. Oh no, Cortec, buddy. I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is that you have a higher AC than the orc. The bad news is that it's going to attack you.
Remember that minus the D4 on all these attacks.
Oh, so close. Oh, you were very lucky. These chains, right? It reaches out to bite your face off. Yet these chains wrap around its jaw. And it's like right around your waist, but it can't close its mouth.
Wait,
However,
I thought I was the high ones, not the low ones.
it's the high ones you subtract.
No, like on the D4 to see the target.
Yeah, you subtract the die 4 from its roll.
Oh.
It doesn't get a bonus to hit you.
All
Otherwise,
right.
it would be hitting you all the time. Two claws come swinging at you. Oh my gosh, that 14 hits no matter what. The 13, let's see what happens with the 13. It's a die 4. Oh, buddy. You get hit once. The other stuff probably would have destroyed you. It's just 2d8. Oh my gosh. You drop unconscious, Cortec, as this claw breaks its chains, these black chains, and slams down upon you. It is the orc's turn, and they continue to pepper this wyvern. One hits. It's die 8. Ooh, solid damage. This wyvern's getting close. What's up's turn? It is going to recklessly rage. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Plus, oh no, not the wyvern. I need the orc. And hits. 1d12. Oh, yeah. Interesting. This wyvern, right? Has a lovely selection. It has what's up, and it has orc, and it has Ulfgar. And it's a die 3. What's up, buddy? What's up? It runs up to him. His stinger's still good, right? Yeah, this one's stinger's still up and operational. Runs up to him. Watson falls unconscious after he rolls a... Oh, no. Does this destroy him? Takes 25. What's up? Falls unconscious. Amok is stabilized. Ulfgar. It seems like this might be the end. What you gonna do, buddy? This one looks incredibly injured, by the way. It might be taking off here really soon.
He's out of spells. He's out of any healing abilities that he could provide. So he's going to do the only thing he can, which is try to keep them from reaching the ancestors' arms for now. First, he's going to bonus action Spare the Dying on Cortec, which stabilizes him and prevents him from bleeding out. Then he is going to start moving away. As he runs, he's going to try to Sacred Flame this wyvern that is bound in the chains. He's thinking that this is probably the end of his life. But if anything, he can keep the others from dying by luring them off. And maybe they'll forget about this other prey.
Tell me how you kill this wyvern.
He curses at it again like he did the others, and black fire consumes the wyvern's body as it crumples into the sands.
It falls dead. Cortec, buddy, what you doing? What you dreaming about? I can't hear you, Cortec.
I'm stabilized, right?
You are stabilized, but what you dreaming about, buddy? You're in your own little world right now.
Well,
what you dreaming about?
Right now, Cortec is seeing himself on top of a mountain with a lot of thunder falling around him. But other than that, it's him alone and the thunder falling and rumbling around, and he has no clue what's going on.
Yeah. You are no longer bleeding out. You are literally trapped within your world of your own making. Ulfgar. Skirvis hasn't been injured at all and seems to just be amused as you killed two of its companions, unbothered by the feast that it now has. It smiles at you and says, Ulfgar, you are so responsible for everyone's death. You could have just given me what I wanted, and everybody would have been happy. But it's okay, Ulfgar. It's okay. This is what you wanted, isn't it? This is what you've always wanted. The orcs continue to shoot, not understanding a word of what Skeesis is whispering to you. I mean, not really whispering, but yeah, but you understand it, right? In this hissing, gross voice. It's just like, oh, Ulfgar, you should have just given in. Should have just given in. Minus 11. Oh, minus 9. Yeah, a bolt comes whizzing through and slams into the wyvern. What's up? He's bleeding out, as I understand. He has a death on him. So Wyvern's turn. The Wyvern has a lovely selection before it. It literally leaps into the air, right? It flies into the air and lands next to this orc. It attempts to sting the shit out of him. And misses. Amok, he's off. Ulfgar. On top of the mountain, what does he see? Oh, no. Sorry. Ulfgar, what are you doing? And then we'll switch back off to
Yeah.
Cortec. Yeah, let's try to keep pace with everybody. What's everybody doing? Yeah.
He is going to bonus action spare the dying on what's up.
What's up is no longer making death saves.
And he is at odds with himself with the situation. He feels like he's been forced to make this decision far too many times. He's going to start running.
It's going to run. Interesting.
The other wyvern is undamaged.
No, he is injured. Just to be clear, he is injured. Currently, this horse is bound, right? It's currently bound and wrapped, right? Its eyes are currently hooded. They've got a cloak over it, attempting to protect it from the wyverns. You could try to jump on this horse and... What you going to do, buddy?
He's going to run over to the horse, and once he gets there, he's going to try to curse this other wyvern once more. So another sacred flame.
On this one, right here?
Yep.
The one that's injured?
Yep. Still minus a d4.
He eats it. All right. Cortec, what's on top of this mountain? What is this mountain that you see?
All right. So
As we're looking around, right?
yeah,
What do we see?
Cortex sees a vast plain, frozen plains, and as the time goes by, the lightning bolts from the storm start to get closer and closer to him, until 3 of them hit the same spot in front of him. And well, in his head, he starts thinking, well, this must mean something, but he's still lost in his own mind.
Yeah. The storm continues to rage around him. Skirvis just observes you, watching you. Just loves watching you struggle. It licks its lips as you're just like... you're thinking that Skirvis hasn't entered the combat because, it enjoys hunting you, Ulfgar. It just enjoys hunting you. It smiles cruelly and licks its lips as it crawls down the statue and begins eating the corpse of the nearest dead orc. The orcs, he drops his crossbow and brings out his a weapon and fires it at the injured. Nice. Both hit. One's a die 6 though, and one's a die 8. Solid damage. Solid damage. What's up to the conscious? Wyvern. It bites, claws.
Come on, chains.
It's gonna be close. Oof. So for the bite, let's see if it misses on its bite. It misses its bite. And then its second claw, it can miss that. But it doesn't matter because this orc's squished. Its minimum damage would kill it. That's an Almach. Ulfgar, you're up. It's just you and one orc left.
He's got a tough choice to make. His natural instincts tell him to escape and survive, as the dwarves have done all these centuries. Or to stay and fight. I'm going to Roll a d2. 1, he runs. 2, he stays and fights. He is going to frantically unlash the horse and climb upon it. Try to make his escape.
Excellent. Your action is to untie the horse. The horse is now untied and unburdened.
He's going to climb on it before he finishes untying it, though. He doesn't want the horse to leave him. That would be very pointless.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to do a handle animal. It's a fairly easy check, but you should be able to manage that. Cortec. Yeah. Cortec.
All right.
This face appears before you. It's not like some gods or something like that. It appears to be Cortec's face. From out of the clouds and everything else, it comes and looks at you. So you're looking at an image of your own face, right? And what do you say to yourself? This cloudy image of yourself. I mean, do you say anything at all?
Yeah. You gotta survive. You gotta have your own kids. You gotta own your life. Wake up.
Feel like a gentle little splatter of rain upon your face.
Well, I guess that's it. And if I'm at least close to wake up, I think the image would start to get hotter and hotter. The storm would be going further and further away. But that's pretty much it. Wake up. You gotta own your life. Have your own kids. You gotta survive.
Skirvis continues to eat the corpse of the dead orc. It stares at you with its yellow eyes, pleased, happy that you're running away. It seems to just staring at you mockingly. Yeah. Knowingly, smiling. The orc fires at in a desperate attempt to slay this final wyvern. This wyvern leaps upon this orc, and his stinger still works and misses. Amok, Ulfgar, you're up. You need to roll me a handle animal.
I'm making extra sure there is absolutely nothing I can do here. These things were undead, you would have something to do.
You know that these creatures are not undead. These creatures are not undead.
Right.
You know that for a fact.
If he had a bonus action attack, he could do something kind of cool, but he doesn't have a bonus action attack.
What you gonna do, Ulfgar?
This wyvern doesn't look like It's almost dead, right? It's just injured.
It's injured. It's injured. Yeah. Yeah. You jump upon the horse. Anything else?
Run, Ulfgar, run.
You have a movement speed of 60.
Yeah, he's gonna get on the horse, and he's survived this long. He still has too many things to do for his people. He doesn't. I mean, he's been in this situation before, as he's seen other friends die to this creature. And he doesn't like to leave companions behind to die yet again. But also, realistically, he met this guy. He met Kortek a day and a half ago wandering through the desert. So he's got to make the choice: some random stranger or the future of his people, the future of all dwarves, and the treasures and knowledge that he has. So he's got to protect his people, and that means he tries to escape.
You hear this mocking laughter, right? As you begin to flee. You hear the last scream of the orc as he falls. And we'll pick this up next week. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah, fun? Man. But I gotta know if I'm still alive or not. Do I level
so
up
just
or
to be
not?
clear, you are stabilized. Ulfgar is currently like running, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think that's where we'll leave it.
All
See
right.
you folks in the next video. Bye.